Hey guys, so here is the April 2020 budget review. As you can see there at the top, AdSense was pretty much right on. It's usually just over what I expect it to be. And then Paycheck was a little under. I had a really bad weekend, first weekend of April, and the following Tuesday I took off work, just a mental health day. But because this was a new job, I didn't have any kind of time off accumulated yet, so I just had to take 8 hours without pay. So that's what that is. Um, Looks like referral income. I don't know why this is grayed out. There it goes. So I expected $25, and I actually had quite a few people finishing their stuff this month. So it was a couple of 25s, a 50, I think. There was 100 in there. So way more than I expected. And that helped out a lot. I haven't done anything with that money yet. It's still sitting in my secondary checking account. So we'll figure out something to put that toward here in maybe next month. And then other under income. The big one you see here is $1,345. Just today, and I'm filming this on April 30th, I got my $1,200 stimulus check. I will be making another video just about what I'm doing with that. The other $145 there, actually the entire $145 is actually money that my old coworker gave to me. $20 of it was to reimburse me for gas because I had been driving her around. And then 125 of that is that I recently started going back to counseling. And this coworker has been pretty supportive of me trying to get my life together and get help with the things that I need to get help with. But essentially, I was going in my second therapy session. And although I could afford it, she knew it was a real stretch for me. She's making great money, so she offered to help. And you guys know I don't like taking money, and I definitely won't ask for help. But if somebody offers, that's a lot of money to me, and it's not much of anything for her. Pretty much have to take that up. So I think that she's going to pay for one more session in addition. So that'll be sometime in May. And then that'll get me to where I'm started in a new job where I'm making a lot more, which again, I got to make a video, tell you guys all about that. But I did talk about that a little bit in my live stream that I did earlier today. So if you haven't seen it yet, check out the April 2020 live stream. And then the last thing here is just interest income. And this is the interest that came in from the various different savings accounts that I have, including the emergency fund. So my car insurance and my car payment were right on. I was able to make my car payment a few days early, so about 2/3 of it went to principal. It's kind of amazing that gas and fuel is under budget. I've actually put a lot of miles on the car this month, driving back and forth downtown for various reasons, driving a couple times to the far north side of town to go vote and to put in my absentee ballot. And then I did take a trip back home. And even then, included in this budget is that when my girl and I were out looking for apartments and houses, I filled up her tank before we headed home. So I want to say that was maybe $14 or $15 of that. But it's just gas prices have been really low. And then electric, internet, those are right on. So is the phone. Gas, I'm not really sure what happened there. Actually, thinking back on it now, I think I still owed like $2 and something from last month's bill, and I paid that and then paid the current bill. So I think that's what happened there. Now with the student loan, this is a little bit different this month. So the student loan, I'm paying Navient, and the payment went up, I think $25 or $50. Thankfully, and this makes absolutely no sense, but thankfully, when it went up to the regular payment and I was no longer on the rate reduction program, even though my payments increased, the interest rates dropped pretty significantly on both loans. And one of the two loans, because it's on auto pay, is getting an additional 0.25% interest rate reduction. So hopefully we'll see some more progress going forward on that. Now, this is the first month where I don't have to make my federal loan payments. And that helps. That was about $64 a month I was paying. But I do need to talk to them because my federal loan payment is not due for 6 months, but then I saw that they capitalized the interest, which I'm fairly certain they're not supposed to do. So I think I mentioned that maybe in another video, but I've got to check in on that. Then let's look at fast food, groceries, and restaurants. Restaurants and fast food, I just went over. Yeah, I mean, that's just not explainable, really. I just spent too much. But I do want to talk about groceries. This month, last month, and I don't remember, but possibly the month before that, are like the only times that you guys have ever seen me go over the grocery budget. And the thing is, I'm actually losing weight. It's not like I'm eating a ton. I'm also eating out a lot. So I should be spending less on groceries, and I'm buying the same items. So it just doesn't make any sense that I keep going over budget. The only thing that I can figure out is that the stores are actually raising their prices due to all this virus stuff. I don't know if that's a fact, but that's the only thing that I can figure out. The positive thing about that is this new job I'm starting, they're going to be paying for most, if not all, of my food. So next month, this whole section right here will basically be down to zero. I'm going to find out more information about that tomorrow, which, as I'm recording this on April 30th, is May 1st. So hopefully by the time I do my May budget with me, I'll be able to say for sure, and I can give you guys some more information about that. No gifts or donations. Taking a look here at the doctor, I had planned on going back to counseling this month, and because I don't currently have insurance, it is $100, or so I thought. My counselor just came back from maternity leave, and she actually just started new practice on her own. She is charging more. It is $125 a session, and she usually charges $150, but didn't do the diagnostic session with me. That saved me $25. So essentially, once I got into that first session, I realized I needed to be going more than once a month. So I'm doing twice a month. And while I did pay $125 for the first one, and technically did pay $125, my coworker did give me $125 to reimburse me for the appointment that I had with the counselor today. So really, I only spent $125 of my own money on that. So rent, that is right on, and renter's insurance. Storage was way over, but let me tell you what happened here. Normally my storage is $65 a month. But as I said in last month's video, I got behind. So what this is 65 plus 65, which is 130, plus a $20 late fee. So 65 for last month plus a $20 late fee, and then 65 for this month. So now I'm on time. Business expenses, that's that thing where I keep telling you guys if I get to it, and I just never seem to have time. Clothing, didn't buy any clothes this month. Would have kind of been hard to since everything's closed. And then stuff for mom, this is also her storage. So hers is $65 a month as well. So 65 and 65 is $130. And then it's a $10 late fee for hers, but it was late for March, and then it technically was late in April because I got it there a few days late. So I expected to pay March and the late fee, and then April, but I ended up paying a late fee for April too. So that's why it's $10 over. The good news is on both of those, I'm caught up, and that'll reduce the budget quite a bit for next month when I'm budgeting that. And then with everything else here, I paid $2 for parking. I had to park downtown for something. $34 bank fee. That's an overdraft fee. I don't know what I did. I thought I was doing something smart and it wasn't. I didn't check my bank account, thought I had plenty of money in there, and thought I should make my car payment early, which that did have the desired effect, but I didn't have the money in there to make it, so it got that. The $47 is how much interest was charged between my two credit cards. $3, that's service fee for two separate money orders. That service fee has gone up pretty significantly, even though I'm getting it from the same place. It used to be 69 cents for each money order. And then snacks, just like every other food, I swear to you guys, I probably did get more snacks than usual this month. And I will say that, you know, when my girl and I were out, like I did buy her a water from the gas station, but like honestly, that's no more than $2 of that. Whatever is going on, food prices are going up. That's the only thing that I can even say is happening. Personal care, that is Q-tips, and I don't remember what the other thing was, but it was something similar like that. It was like home supply, personal care type thing. And then the shopping, I left this uncategorized because this was at Walmart and I can't for the life of me remember what it was. It might have been groceries or it might have been a headlight, but I don't remember. And then this uncategorized here for $20. All right, so I took care of that uncategorized transaction. It turns out it was actually supposed to be under gifts and donations. I forgot I'd sent a coworker $20 and she did pay me back. So that's why it just canceled out here. So then for the emergency fund and down payment, the goal was to pay $160 into that. And let's see how we did. I think we're just under. Yeah, 154 is how much I put into savings this month. That's because I was 8 hours short and I do $1 per hour worked. But then you can see the total current balance of the emergency fund is $1541. So we are very slowly making progress on that. All right, so income by merchant. So you can see my main job here is almost 2,100, 56% of my income. And then the IRS, this is 32%, but this is the stimulus. Instacart referrals, $175 total, and that's 5%. And then AdSense was $157.06. And then money from coworker, $20, and then $125 for counseling. So that's 4%. And then $1.89 for interest paid. Let's check out the net worth graph here. As you can see, there's a pretty significant spike up there. Of course, part of that is the $1,200 check, but not all of it. You can see here on the debts that they're quite a bit lower too. So that's last month was 186,332, and we're at 185,935. So a little over $300 reduction there. We'll get the exact total down here. Okay, so you can see that this has gone up quite a bit in assets. So keep in mind, the assets only went up probably about $300 or so on their own, plus the $1,200 for the stimulus check. But you do see here that the debts still went down on their own. And that's a total reduction in debt for this month of $397.68. Now, here's where I get a little bit iffy about the numbers this month. Normally, I have to take this number right here, and because of the delay in my bank account, my main checking account, it's usually a few days behind. So I have to take the total that it displays on here and then the actual total, and then basically subtract out the difference. However, even though the balance is showing wrong on Mint, the transactions from today are there. So I think, and I'm going to assume, that included in these assets is the $1,200 check, and that this amount therefore should be right because all the other accounts are right. So I'm going to say that for April 2020, the net worth is negative $170,699.66. That is an increase in net worth of $1,971.66 over what it was last month. And of course, that means that after factoring out the $1,200 stimulus, it's an increase of $771.66. I feel like that's fairly good. So anyway, guys, that's the end of the budget review. I will try to start getting these up as soon as possible in the month, but starting the new job, so I will find out tomorrow what my schedule and hours are going to be like for that. And tomorrow I will get the May budget with me prepared. That's going to tell you a lot more about what I'm earning at that new job, and how that's going to affect the budget, which is actually very positively is how it's going to affect it. So get excited for that. And I will have one more video this month for sure. There might be more, but one for sure, because all I've got to do is fix the thumbnail and put in a couple links. But that should be the mid-month video for this month. So I'm trying to get back on track of just getting everything up. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching.